get on the train the next morning at like 8 a.m. to go back to Geneva, like all the way across Switzerland. The buddy that I was traveling with gets off in Zurich. I've only been to the place that I'm supposed to be staying.
Where was it? What city was this?
He got off in Zurich.
Yeah.
I was going to Geneva, which is like they're on the
Geneva,
opposite
right.
sides of Switzerland.
Okay.
So I get back at like 8 o'clock at night. It's dark. There's no I don't know really where the apartment was. I remember kind of where it was from the 1 second I was there.
Yeah,
Friday morning.
You're not walking backwards out of the place to remember.
Yeah. I have like a rough idea of where I'm going. I wound up walking through just like the red light district in Switzerland, which I was like, didn't know they had one of these.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But again, I was like, well, whatever. Philly's got to be scarier than this place.
It's got to be the most expensive red light district in the fucking world. Oh, for sure Philly's scarier than that.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of well-dressed dudes. It's Maseratis and well-dressed dudes. Damn. Okay.
It was a nice landmark because I wound up living right around. I found my
the red light
place.
district?
Yeah.
You a hooker guy?
I was for a little while, yeah.
Okay.
This actually, like, I think this was like, I kind of got scarred.
This is you smoking the whole pack.
No. I only
now
went.
you fuck every hooker here then.
Well, the problem was eventually when I was working this job, all the dudes that worked at the company that were flying back from Singapore would stop in Geneva and have nothing to do for a day. And the oil business is very, prostitute heavy. So I would have to go out drinking with them. And there was one time where a guy was like, "You ever get a hooker?" And I was like, "No."
You lied to him.
No, I was being serious. He goes, he was like, "Then you're getting one." And I was like, No, I can't.
That's just not as. Listen, if I'm that guy and you hit me with that kind of no, that's still a yes.
I don't think I'd really ever been in a strip club up until that point.
It takes money.
Yeah.
In the movies, you just go to one.
Yeah.
But it's actually like, hey, that's like $100 I just blew through.
Yeah. I don't have cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was so weird. I remember like, cause.
You got a hooker in Geneva?
Yeah.
What were they like? Are they just well-mannered?
Dude, I didn't even, no, they were rude. It was like, and they were mad. I felt like they were mad that I was there.
What were they mad? Did you bring a Nestle chocolate bar in there?
I don't know. I feel like I didn't know how to operate, you know? Like the guy kept going like, "Do you like her?" And I was like, "No."
I mean, I don't really know her.
Yeah. But he would just keep
interests?
inviting girls up and I'd be like, "No." And I think they were getting pissed. And then eventually I was just like, I can't keep saying no to people. This is, And I went in there and it was, it was a disaster. Why? I remember it was like going to like a hospital. It was like, we were just in this room and she had like all of these like gels and like membranes and like just stuff that it was like not anything. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hold on.
It was like
membrane?
Pumping like a fucking like dental dam thing and a condom. It was like crazy. Yeah. And she had this whole like medicine corner of like antiseptic like gels and stuff to like put on and like cover her body. It was like it was a bummer. It really bummed me out.
Yeah, it's not like in the movies. It's pretty like sterile
No.
industry.
No, it was like a really like heavily like government regulated industry. They're like you could feel the hand of the government on it. It was bad. It was bad.
Did you fuck? Could you get hard?
No.
Yeah, my first hooker. It was
No,
like, no
which
way.
pissed her off even more. Yeah.
Why do they get mad about it? Less work for you.
No, it's more work for them. Because they're working away at it for a while. And there was a language barrier. You know what I mean?
You didn't speak the language of love?
Yeah, I was just like, no. Yeah.
I met in Tijuana, my first one, she was like, what'd she say? Oh, I forget how do you say too much? también? No. Whatever. But it was
No
like,
idea.
it's like mucho cerveza. And I was like, no, but thank you for the out. But no, I'm just incredibly nervous. It's 98 degrees in here. And there's a fucking rubber cover on the sheet on the mattress.
Yeah. Yeah, you went overseas and did it? Like
Only overseas.
over the weird seas.
Well, I went to Tijuana. That's over a bridge. And then Brazil. That's an over the seas.
Yeah.
Great. Best one by far. And then Thailand.
Yeah, I've heard Brazil is the best. I worked with, there were some guys that I met that were actually like guys that like would go around on the tankers. They started off as like ship captains.
Yeah.
And they were always like the ABC club in Rio de Janeiro or something is like the best place on earth.
It's crazy. They stay after you're done. Like, what are you still here for? They're like, well, Brazilian guys can fuck again. So you get the full hour. So I assume you want to fuck. I'm just like kind of talking to her and broken. I'm like, it's odd. Get out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And she's just like, in her head, she's like, this is odd. Why aren't you trying to fuck again?
Did you go? Did you manage to go again?
No, but then the driver was like, did you get a second pop? I'm like, oh, that's why. Because you got to get a second pop. Like, you only get an hour.
Dude, if
I need like 4.
If she had done that, I would have kept handing her money.
Just like,
being like, do I owe you? Did I not tip enough? When do you leave?
Where you been and where you going? This is Ari's travel show, yeah. We're gonna go on a journey today and see what there's to see in this big world. We're exploring different places, seeing all different types of faces. We're gonna talk about travel today. It's UB Trip.